One type of question that a lot of people find difficult on this SAT exam has to deal with identifying trends, specifically trends dealing with the units digit. So first off, just a digit is a placeholder for a number, and digits can be any number 0 through 9. So for instance, if I gave you the number 1276, this would be the units digit or the ones digit. They use both of these words. This would be the tens digit. Here would be the hundreds and thousands and 10,000s, 100,000s, etc. To the right of the decimal, we have the first number being the 10th digit. This would be the 100th, and all of these have THs at the end, and that's how you distinguish between the decimal digits and the whole number digits. Anyway, so a typical example might be something like 6 raised to the 2,746 power minus 500 to the 1,432nd power. What is the units digit? So what's the units digit of this? Well, if you plug this into your calculator, you'll soon find that you won't actually get a number. It'll be some really long decimal to with a E something. So that's not really helpful. What we want to do is we want to be able to identify trends here. Since we only care about the units digit, we want to look for some kind of a pattern to emerge. So if we start with 6 to the 1, that's equal to 6. If we have 6 to the 2, that's equal to 36. 6 to the 3, we get 216, and you can keep going down the row. But what you should notice is that all of the units digit, regardless of whatever 6 is raised to, all of these units digit, they are 6. So whatever this number happens to be, 6 to the 2746, is going to be some really large number, and at the very end, the units digit, however, is going to be 6. Now we can do the same thing for 5. 5 to the 1 is 5. 5 to the 2 is 25. 5 to the 3 is 125. And again, we can keep going on, but again, we really just care about the units digit. In this case, it's the same thing. If I raise to any number, any power, we get a units digit of 5, which means 5 to the 1,432. Again, it's going to be some really big number, but the last digit is going to be 5. So if we were to do the difference of these two terms, subtract, the units digit would be 1. And again, we don't care about what all of these other numbers would be, since the question is only asking for the units digit. So a lot of the times on the test, one of the hints where you have to use trends is where calculators are really helpless and they're really useless. So when you get a question like this, I know that most of you, the first instinct will be to plug this into your calculator and try to just solve it that way. However, since it's asking for the units digit, you'll find that calculators are really unhelpful. So what you want to do is you want to look for trends, you want to look for some kind of pattern. In this case, the pattern happens to be that the units digit stays the same. And note that this isn't always the case. I gave you a specific example in which the units digit, in this case 6, it's always going to be 6, and the units digit in this case is always going to be 5. But that's not necessarily true. In another case, for instance, if we have the number 3, 3 to the 1 power is going to be 3, 3 to the 2 is going to equal 9, 3 to the 3 is equal to 27, 3 to the 4, this will equal 81, 3 to the 5, that is equal to 243. In this case, if you continue on, 3 to the 6 is going to equal to 729. You'll notice that the units digit, it still has a pattern, but they're not all the same. In this case, they're going to cycle through 4 different numbers, 3971, and then we're going to get 3971, and that's going to repeat on and on. So make sure you practice this. Make sure you understand what type of questions require you to understand what kind of trends are occurring. Make sure that you are working this out in an efficient way, and don't worry too much if the calculator is not that helpful, because you can always use this strategy to solve